I usually don't make videos like this, but I'm making a video like this anyways. I'm doing a One Piece arc tier list. See, this thing, it doesn't have Elbaph on it, but this thing was last modified in 2023, and it only goes up to Egghead. So, let's just go on and rank it, okay? The first arc is Romance Dawn. Now, Romance Dawn isn't that bad, alright? We see Luffy for the first time, we see Shanks, we also see Kobe, Zoro. You know, we see these people who are going to be relevant in the story later on. Now, I'm not saying it's the best arc or the worst arc, but it should be around like A or B, you know? Because this is what kickstarts One Piece a bit, alright? It's what starts off the story. So Romance of Dawn should go like maybe around B, alright? High B. The next is Orange Town. See, Orange Town is like one of a slow arc in the beginning. You know, we do meet Buggy the Clown. We also have Nami on our crew. I mean, not really on our crew. We also, you know, we meet all these other people, and it's not that bad. Honestly, I'd put this at like maybe C. The next one is Syrup Village. Syrup Village also goes at C right next to Orange Town. It's also a slow arc. We do meet, you know, we do get Usopp on our crew. We also meet Captain Kuro, who's also a pirate. You know, he wasn't that bad of a villain, but like his posture was so bad. You know, but overall, it's right next to Orange Town, alright? It's kind of a slow arc right there. The next one is the Bratier arc, and the Bratier arc goes up to A because it kind of does kickstart One Piece even more. You know, now we have Sanji on the crew, we see Don Krieg, we see all these other people. You know, it does kickstart One Piece, alright? It does kickstart it even more, alright? And honestly, this arc kind of got me even more invested into One Piece. It's probably one of my favorite arcs out of the entire East Blue saga. The next one is Arlong Park. Now, Arlong Park goes right here, alright? It's above the Bratier arc. Now, that one dude, that one Marine captain, I forgot his name. You know, the guy who takes bribes from Arlong to overlook his little crimes. Yeah, I don't really like the dude. He's a fucking bitch. And he also found Nami's 100 million buried that she was supposed to give to Arlong to free her village. He has it, but whatever. He's also the reason why Luffy even has a 3 billion berry bounty, alright? He's the reason why Luffy even had a bounty in the first fucking place. Now, Logtown goes maybe right here, honestly. It's mid, alright, Zoro gets new swords, or he hasn't had any swords since the Bratier, alright, since Mihawk destroyed it. But it's not all that bad, alright? We also get Smoker and shit. And the next one's Reverse Mountain. Reverse Mountain goes here. I'm not gonna hold you, it goes there. I don't really care. It's not that long of an arc. Then the next one is Whiskey Peak. Whiskey Peak goes right in front of Reverse Mountain. Maybe right here in front of Syrup Village. I'm not gonna hold you. But it's a little faster. It's a little better than Syrup Village, but also maybe behind Orange Town, or actually might be in front of Orange Town. The next one is Little Garden. Now, Little Garden is actually where we get a hint of the current arc we're in, Elbaph. Alright, we meet Dory and Bratier. Right, they're fighting. They've been fighting for like a century at this point. Alright, we don't know where the giant pirates went, and we found the two captains. They're fighting on Little Garden. Alright, so I'm gonna put Little Garden right here because we got a little hint of Elbaph. Now, Drum Island Peak. Okay, going right here. Drum Island Peak. Alright, we get Chopper. We also hear about Blackbeard. We also, you know, see Luffy holding up, that doctor's name? I forgot his name, but his flag. I swear I'm not LARPing the show, but we also get his flag because Luffy's holding it up, because you can't destroy a pirate's flag, he said to Wapple. Now, Alabasta, the next one's Alabasta. Honestly, Alabasta goes straight to fucking S. It's peak. Alright, not gonna hold you. Alabasta is the best arc. Pre-time skip, maybe behind Marineford and Ennie's Lobby, maybe even Water 7, but it's of course better than some of the other arcs here. The next one is Jaya. Jaya goes down to maybe C. You know, of course, we do meet Blackbeard, but, like, it's not that bad. But it's also not that good. It's more of an informational arc about Skypiea, right? Because the next island they're going to Skypiea because they want to know if it exists and shit. The next is Skypiea. Skypiea is honestly, like, maybe right here in B. The reason why I put it at B is because, one, the story is good, but two, the pacing holds it back. Alright, Anel's a good villain and whatnot, but the pacing of the story of Skypiea around this time holds it back. Alright, it's really fucking slow. And then with Long Ring, Long Land, honestly, I might have to put this here at C. It's not that good, but we also hear about Davy Jones. We also hear about Rox and how he got his crew. Well, we don't hear about Rox up until later in the story, but we also know how he got his crew through the Davy back fights. But he wasn't really mentioned in the story. But Davy Jones was. Davy Jones unlocked. Now, of course, Water 7 goes up to S tier up there all day, every day. Because Ennie's Lobby, no, not Ennie's Lobby, but Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby is so good. Like, I can tell you this. It's like, right after, you know, this long-ass pacing of Skypiea and then boring-ass Long Ring, Long Land. I'm just gonna tell you this, it's like when you get to Water 7, it's so peak. We meet Cypher Pole 9, we also see that Robin is gonna get fucking killed. Well, not killed, but gonna be in prison because of her fucking knowledge of her knowing, you know, how to read poneglyphs. And then we go to Ennie's Lobby. Ennie's Lobby up there. Rob Lucci versus Zoro. Not Zoro, but Rob Lucci versus Luffy. Kaku versus Zoro. Jabra versus Sanji. You know, those fights were fucking peak. I'm just gonna let you know. It's right up there. It's right up there. And then post Ennie's Lobby is gonna go down to A or maybe B because it's more of an informational arc. Then Thriller Bark's gonna go to D because it's fucking boring. Sabaodi's gonna go to B because, you know, we see Rayleigh, we see the Warlord, Kuma, we also see Kizaru. You know, out of everybody's introduction in the show, he's probably had the most fucking aura doing it, alright? I'm not gonna hold you. He had the most aura doing so. Then we go to Amazon Lily. Amazon Lily is not that long, but we do meet Boa Hancock, another warlord. But it's going to go down to C because, you know, it's not that bad, but it's also not that good. But it might actually go in front of, you know, maybe all of this to go here. And then we got Impel Down. Impel Down's going to go to A. I'm not going to hold you. Impel Down's good. You know, Magellan, he's being slept on right now. You know, he beat Luffy, Blackbeard, and Buggy, I think. He beat 3 of the future emperors, okay? And he's being slept on. And he also got moved down a rank. He's not even the warden of the prison anymore, I think. Like, come on, they're really sleeping on him. And then the next arc, we have Marineford, which is gonna go right here at S. Now, Marineford is a good arc, but the sad thing is Ace dies, Whitebeard dies. You know, the Marines win. You know, we get all these other things. It's really good. I'm just not gonna hold you. You know, Whitebeard's death, you know, put another kickstart to the Great Pirate Era that Roger started like 20 years prior to that. Then post-war was gonna go to A, you know, right behind Impel Down. Actually, I think Impel Down should go about up here. Also, we meet Sabo during post-war. Now, Return to Sabaody is gonna go to D. Honestly, it's not that big, but the crew comes back together after the 2-year time skip. It's great. And then Fishman Island and Punk Hazard and go down to fucking D. Horrible, boring, holy shit. Dressrosa is gonna go right here, right in front of Impel Down. Alright, I like Doflamingo. He's a really cool villain, alright? Out of like any of the pirates I've heard, he's probably the second realest pirate in the world. Right behind Blackbeard. Blackbeard has done the most pirate shit in the world. And we also meet Fujitoro, who's probably one of the best admirals out of everyone morality-wise. Okay, moral-wise, he's probably better than everybody else, but you know, he's not the best admiral. I mean, and then he hasn't done jack shit, let's be honest. He didn't do jack shit during Dressrosa, but it's alright? He let the pirates handle it. He let Luffy handle it because, you know, he had no place to handle, alright? But, you know, it's not that bad of art. It's gonna go A, maybe even like low S. Zoe is gonna go B, or actually maybe just right here, high C. High C, it's gonna go right there. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not that bad of an arc. You know, this is also where Sanji is getting forced to an arranged marriage in Whole Cake Island by Big Mom. You know, it's not that fun. It's not that fun. And then another thing is Whole Cake Island. Whole Cake Island's probably gonna go maybe right here. See, we don't really see much. I mean, the only thing we see mostly towards the end is Katakuri versus Luffy. That fight was pretty good. You know, seeing Snake Man, Bounce Man versus a guy with the special type paramecia is pretty goddamn cool. You know, seeing his observation hockey in the work, it was pretty cool, you know. This is like where we see like the advanced hockey in the world, right? No one has used advanced hockey, I think, before Katakuri, if I'm correct. But otherwise, it's like, come on, his hockey was good, all right? His observation hockey was good. Then the referee is gonna go down to like a C because it's just more of an informational arc. But you know, we do get a recap on a lot of other things. Wano is, of course, going to go right in front of Marineford on S. Wano was probably one of the best arcs pre or post time skip. Pre-time skip goes to like Marineford as the best arc, but post-time skip is of course goes to Wano. Wano, we obviously get a plethora of fights, or we get a multitude of fights. We also get Gear 5 Luffy. I'm just not gonna hold you. When Kid, Law, and Luffy, Zoro, Killer were all going against Kaido and Big Mom on the roof of Onigashima, it was pretty goddamn great. And on their entrance on episode 10-15, oh my god, it was peak, alright? I'm just letting you know, Luffy's entrance was peak. Zoro falling up the sky, comedic. Really, come on, it was pretty goddamn good. Alright, and seeing all the impact frames and shit during Wano, like, come on, that was the best time to be alive. And then we got Egghead. Egghead is going to go right in front of Dressrosa. Dressrosa had horrible pacing, pretty good story, but Egghead had better pacing, and I think a little bit better than Dressrosa. Of course, we get to see Rob Lucci spin back on Luffy. Pretty cool. We also see Kizaru back in action after how long? We also get the 5 fucking elders who look like frauds, mind you. They sound like frauds. They look like frauds. Like, Jesus Christ, they sucked. You know, we also see Vegapunk's broadcast. It's pretty damn good. But another thing is we also see Joy Boy's hockey, which was pretty goddamn great. You know, Elbaph just pulled a string and then you see his fucking hockey. It's pretty goddamn great if I would say. And then if I were to put Elbath anywhere on this list, it'd probably be right in front of Wano on S. I'm just not gonna hold you. You know, with all of the latest shit going on in One Piece and Elbaph, you know, we get to see Emu for the first time. We've never seen Emu's face, mind you, alright? This is when the first time we see Emu, alright? 1179 is peak, alright? We've never seen Emu's face at all, and this is what we see now, alright? Now, this is just my tier list of One Piece, alright? This is my tier list. You can change it however you like, but honestly, I like this tier list. I like my tier list. If you disagree with me, that's alright, but if you do agree with me, that's still alright. I will still have Fishman Island, Thriller Bark, and Punk Hazard at D because, Jesus. Anyways, that's pretty much fucking it.